Hey fake gamer girl, I got the answers to your Paralives questions. If you're interested, I also have another video that might answer any more of your questions about the different game elements that will be included in Paralives. Hey, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new or returning, I'm Cher, aka Catchy. I create videos about Paralives and The Sims, and occasionally Minecraft. If you enjoy this type of content, let me know by liking this video and subscribing. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Today, I just want to take a moment and talk about some misconceptions about Paralives. Recently, a YouTuber named Fake Gamer Girl put out a video where she speculated about the possibility that Paralives could be a scam and that we need to be more cautious. P.S. This is no slight against you, Fake Gamer Girl. Your videos are pretty funny. She has since clarified that she doesn't actually think it's a scam, but that it is misleading. She's not wrong when she says we need to be cautious. Of course we do. The game isn't even close to release yet. But to say that they are misleading might be a stretch. They have been very transparent about what stage of development they are in. What is misleading is claiming that the hype is unprecedented. Anyone here ever watched video game trailers? Have you ever noticed the little fine print that says, "The following footage was captured in Engine"? Plenty of AAA developers do the same thing. That doesn't mean it could be a scam. It means the game is in early development. What you see now might not be what you get. It's also an indie game that is currently being created by a team of 6 people. So you know, the game isn't going to be coming out like tomorrow or anything like that. In fact, there is no release date for it as of now. I actually think the biggest negative of Paralives would be how small the team is and how slow it'll take them. Obviously, I want them to do the game justice and get everything they want for the game done. But honestly, that seems to be the only downside of this life simulation game as of now. On the other hand, there are a ton of positives. This includes many things, but I have to say transparency is one of them. In addition, how the team manages their social media helps everyone keep up to date, and the team even participates in events like Paratober, aka Inktober, aka where you draw a picture every single day in October. Lastly, I got to hand it to the team for keeping their website and subreddit up to date and providing information in a clear, straight to the point fashion. Like I said, there are many fantastic elements to this game, and that definitely includes how much information the fans get, especially since the game is in early development. Transparency! Transparency is great for many things, like for a team of game developers who have a huge fan base already. I think this is one thing the Paralives game developers do in a fantastic way. I strongly believe that the devs are open with the game development, what stage they're in, and any updates. We even get informed if they hire someone new. They don't need to post about that, yet they do. Why, you might ask? Well, it's because they want their fans to know they're open, honest, and transparent about what's going on. They need their fans to trust them so they can continue getting Patreons and continue creating this game. They host monthly dev Q&As on Discord, as well as having a good old regular frequently asked questions section and other conversations. They moderate the Paralives subreddit, which means they have access to all the questions, suggestions, opinions, etc. that gets posted there. Not only that, but they regularly update both Discord and the subreddit with news and information, so you hear it straight from them. Talking about regularly updating their various forums, they also often update their social media too. I truly believe that the Paralives game developers utilize their social media in the best way possible. This is because they update people, answer questions there, and engage in conversations. If you check out the Twitter page for Paralives, you'll easily find the accounts for at least 4 out of the 6 team members. This is great, considering neither people of Newberry nor The Sims have that information listed in their Twitter descriptions. On all platforms, aside from Facebook and YouTube, I believe you'll find the team answering questions and conversing with their fans. Every single platform will 100% be updated once there's something for us to know. This is very different from people of Newberry. If you search for social media accounts associated with people in Newberry, you'll find limited information and certainly a lack of clarity or in-depth details about the game and the updates they post about. Paralives can be more of the opposite with their approach to social media. As a final point, Paralives' website is a beautiful one. It's clean, it's simple, and it gets straight to the point. It has loads of information, links to their social media, a press kit, and a way to contact the team. Yes, it certainly has fluff. But every game, product, or service has fluff to it. You can't sell an idea without a fluffy little blurb about it. The statements like, "You live, then you die, but at least do it in a nice house." Paralives is an upcoming life simulation indie game. Build your dream house, create some characters, and manage their lives in the way you want. The game is currently in development and will be released on Steam for PC and Mac. Might seem like a fluffy little statement that holds no value, yet it does hold a ton of value. Without blurbs like that, how do you expect them to sell the idea of their game to the players? If you want to find information, clearly those statements do nothing for you. That's why they have a news section or a frequently asked questions section. There's also a million other ways to receive updates, ask questions, and suggest ideas to them, like we just talked about. If you take a look at People of Newbury's frequently asked questions, you'll see limited answers, unimportant questions, and just plain nonsense in my opinion. The Paralives website couldn't be more opposite. On the Paralives website, information is stated in clear, precise statements. It's straightforward, easy to access, and in an easy-to-read format that tries to avoid misleading their fans. I do have a video dedicated to confirmed features, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave the link in the description box. I'll also put both of my Paralives playlists in case you want to check those out too. However, just because you're here, I'll answer some burning questions about Paralives that was easy to find and easy to understand. What kind of open world? How does it work? Are buildings just open? Are they rabbit holes? At launch, jobs will be rabbit holes, but they have stated that they want to implement active jobs or careers later on, similar to what The Sims 4 did. Open world means no loading screens when visiting other houses or buildings or walking around town. They've stated that a world/neighborhood builder will be available after launch. Buildings, such as restaurants, which they've alluded to, will be rabbit holes at launch, similar to The Sims 3. How do you get around? Can you own a car? Yes. In fact, there will be bikes, cars, and houseboats available for the base game. It's unsure if the houseboats will be a form of transportation, though. Conversely, we know that the cars will be point and click. How in-depth are NPC schedules? Are they randomly generated or pre-made? This is a topic that hasn't been talked about. However, I'm sure more information will be released about this when they get to that point of development. We need to remember this game is in early development, so this feature probably isn't one that they've focused on. What kind of lots are there? Well, my friend, this is the fun part. I should say that the types of lots we can build is unknown, other than the fact that we can definitely create normal houses on land as well as houseboats. Regardless, have you seen the build mode? Yes, elements are hidden from us, but like those walls, they can be curved. Even with the hidden user interface, I'm excited for this build mode. More so, the devs have said that we can travel to the park, restaurant, beach, shop, mountain, and more. There is no clear travel incentive as of now, but I'm sure this will be developed further. How do you control your character? I'm going out on a limb here by saying it'll be very similar to The Sims 4 with this aspect. It'll definitely be point and click, just like the cars. You won't control them through WASD or arrow keys. There won't be first or third person mode. It'll be a bird's eye view, like in most simulation games. Can you queue up tasks? I'm sure when this element of the game is polished, we'll get an update. Until then, we just have to wait patiently. Can you do things simultaneously, like in Sims 4? Yes, multitasking is planned. How many people can be in a household? There will probably be a limit, like The Sims, but I can't find a clear answer, as of now. Can you even have kids? Heck yeah, you can. And guess what? The babies won't be objects. If you want to learn more about the genetic system and what type of diseases and whatnot they'll be including, please check out my video about this. I'll leave the link in the description box. How do relationships work? Are they dynamic? Can they flip on a dime? Is there an attraction system? Although we've only ever seen one para on screen at a time, there has been discussions about relationships. I talk about that briefly in my para video, which also touches on genetics and disease. Not to spoil that video for you, but there will be relatives such as cousins, aunts, that type of thing. There will be complex relationships. Things like thinking highly of someone without being their friend, like a role model, finding some paras more attractive or less attractive than others, one-sided crushes or loves, Stuff like that. Follow Paralives for future updates on this aspect. Are there even traits? How do you determine your character's personality? Do you just make it up? Those are great questions. I think that's something we'll find out within the year. What kind of skills are there in game? Do they affect your career performance? Like many elements of this game, how the skill system will work is still being discussed. We need to remember that this is early development with a small team that is relying on Patreons for support. This isn't a huge franchise being published by well-known companies such as EA. I know the likelihood of anyone from the Paralives team actually watching this video is very slim. There are so many other content creators and fans out there producing videos, pictures, and discussions. Nonetheless, I want to take a second to thank them for being so transparent with this game. They must be under huge pressure from players and fans. Even with that, they're still working on this game, giving us updates and engaging in conversations with us. I know there was drama a few months ago with an ex-team member who hinted at the fact that the team is disorganized and slow. So I just wanted to express how great it is that the team has kept face, stayed organized, and kept with the updates. Thank you, Alex and team, for doing a great job with the continuous updates and information. The fans appreciate it. It definitely gives us something to overanalyze for a while. Like always, thank you so much for watching. If you're hungry for some more Paralives content, don't forget to check out my playlist in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!